Hi everyone. Okay, I get asked this all the time from those completely new to AI. What is it and how do I use it? I then have to go into a spiel about everything, and yes, they do understand it after a while, but it takes a lot of time. So this video is a prime example of how AI helps you save time. I'm going to try and explain AI to all those beginners out there that want a simple explanation. The thing is called AI. You've probably heard the letters. Maybe someone in your family uses it. Maybe you've seen it on the news and it sounded a bit scary or a bit confusing or both. It means artificial intelligence. By the end of this, you'll know three things: what AI actually is, how it can genuinely make your life better, and what you need to watch out for. No trick questions. Let's get into it. What is AI? Here's the simplest way I can put it. Imagine the most well-read person you've ever met. Someone who has read almost every book, every letter, every recipe, every story ever written down. Not because they're magic, because they've simply had an enormous amount of time to read. Now imagine that person can talk to you instantly, any time of day or night, and try to help you with almost anything. Write a letter, explain a word, suggest a recipe, help with your times tables, or just have a chat when you're a bit lonely. That's roughly what AI is. It's a computer program that has read a huge amount of writing. So much that it's learned the patterns in how we speak, how we explain things, how we solve problems. And now it can have a conversation with you and try to help. Amazing or scary, that's what it does. It is not a robot with a brain like ours. It doesn't feel things. It doesn't know you, not really, not the way your family knows you. It's more like a very good guesser. A guesser so good, so practiced, that most of the time it feels like magic. Think of it a bit like a recipe book that's read every recipe book ever written and can now invent a new recipe for you on the spot, based on what's in your fridge. Clever, useful, but still just following patterns, not actually tasting the food. That's the heart of it. AI is a tool, a very impressive tool, but a tool all the same, like a hammer or a calculator or the TV. It does what you ask, using what it's learned. It doesn't think for itself the way a person does. How should I talk to it? Well, that's a skill you will pick up over time. You simply talk to it just like you would talk to a friend or a co-worker. For example, if you were using a general chatbot like ChatGPT or Claude, you would first tell it what role you want it to be like. You are a lawyer for our company. So immediately it knows what you are about to talk about. So when it answers your question, it stays on that topic, within reason. If you want to ask it about grilling steaks on a grill, you would tell it you are a master griller, especially steaks now. It will answer specifically about grilling steaks. You get the point. You can also use specialist AI assistants, which have already been programmed to act for different roles. You can find some of those over at cinnabot.ai. How can it make your life better? Now for the good part, because this is where it gets exciting. If you're curious about anything at all, you can simply ask it. What if a 5-year-old wants to know why the sky is blue, or how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly? You can ask and it will explain it patiently as many times as you like, in whatever way makes sense to you. It never gets tired of your questions. It never says, "I've told you already," like some humans you know. If you're a bit older and maybe your eyes aren't what they used to be, or the instruction manual for your new washing machine is written in tiny print and confusing language, you can ask AI to explain it in plain English. You could ask it to help you write a letter to the government or a card to a grandchild, or to explain what a word in the newspaper means. It can help you learn something new, a language, a hobby, an instrument, at whatever pace suits you, without ever making you feel silly for asking a basic question. It can help with health information too, though I'll come back to that with a word of caution in a moment. It can help you understand a word your doctor used, or explain what a form is asking for. It can be a companion for your imagination. Ask it to tell you a story about a dragon who's afraid of Tuesdays, or a poem about your garden, or a joke to make you laugh. It will have a go, and it's often surprisingly good. It can help you organise your thoughts, a shopping list, a daily routine, a reminder of what pills to take when. The heart of it is this. AI is like having a very patient, very knowledgeable assistant sitting next to you, who you can ask absolutely anything, at any hour, for free or very cheaply, and who will never roll their eyes at you. Used well, it can make you more capable, more informed, less alone with a confusing task. That's the promise of it, and it's a real one. What should you be careful of? Now, the important part, because every powerful tool comes with a few rules for using it safely, like how you teach a child not to touch a hot oven, or teach someone to double check before sending money to a stranger. First, AI can be confidently wrong. Remember our very well-read friend? Sometimes they misremember something or guess, but say it with total confidence, as if they're completely certain. AI does this too. It's called making things up. Sometimes people call this hallucinating. So for anything important, your health, your money, the law, your safety, always double check what AI tells you with a real person you trust. A doctor, a pharmacist, a bank, a family member, an official website. Second, and this one is very important, especially for anyone who might be a target for scammers, AI can now be used to fake voices and faces. I'm the voice of the real Mark Barclay, for example, but I'm not using it in a bad way. Someone could use AI to make a voice sound exactly like your grandson or granddaughter, crying, saying they're in trouble and need money urgently. This is a real and growing scam. So if you ever get an urgent call or message asking for money, even if the voice sounds exactly right, stop, hang up, and call that person back on the number you already have for them. Never send money because of a single urgent message alone. Always check a different way first. Third, AI doesn't know it's talking to you specifically. It has no idea about your particular situation, your medical history, your bank balance, unless you tell it. And even then, it's not a doctor, a lawyer, or a financial advisor. It's a very knowledgeable starting point, not the final word. Think of it like a very well-read friend giving you their best guess over a cup of tea. Helpful, worth listening to, but not a replacement for the professional who actually knows your case. Fourth, be a little careful what you share with it. Don't type in your full bank details, passwords, or national insurance or social security number. Treat it a bit like you would a stranger on the phone. Friendly, useful, but not someone you hand your house keys to. And finally, and this is the gentlest one, don't let it replace real human company. It's a wonderful tool for curiosity, for learning, for getting a boring task done faster. But a phone call with your daughter, a cup of tea with a neighbour, an afternoon with your grandchildren, nothing replaces that, and nothing should try to. AI is there to help you do more of the things and see more of the people you love, not to become a substitute for them. So here's the whole thing in 3 simple pieces. What is it? A very well-read, very fast helper that can talk with you and try to help, based on patterns it's learned, not a thinking, feeling person. How can it help you? By answering your questions patiently, explaining confusing things simply, helping you write, learn and organize, anytime, without judgment. What should you watch for? It can be confidently wrong, so double check important things. It can be used by scammers to fake voices, so always verify urgent requests a second way. And it should add to your life, your curiosity and your connections with real people, never replace them. That's really it. Not so scary after all, is it? Just a new kind of tool, a bit like the telephone once was, or the internet before that. Strange to begin with, useful once you understand it. And as always, always safest when you keep a bit of good old-fashioned common sense right there alongside it. I hope you found this of value. If you liked it and want to hear more AI tips and tricks as we learn them, then please like and subscribe, and you will get notified when I add more videos. Be smart.